Proverbs 23:2. For you will put a knife to your throat if you're a man of great appetite. Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Zarinah Elizabeth. On this channel, we talk about lifestyle, self-help, fitness, mommyhood, and so much more. So if this sounds like the type of content that you're interested in, girl, you have found your tribe. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you are returning, hey girl, hey, it is good to see you. As you can tell from the title of this video, we are going to be talking about how do you stay on track when you're going out to eat. So we know that spring and summer, well, spring is here, even though it doesn't feel like it or look like it with me wearing this sweatshirt, but eventually, hopefully, it'll start to warm up, but summer is definitely on its way. So I know a lot of you are like, okay, it's time to unbig this bag. I'm getting focused. We got summer in 90 days and I have to do what I have to do to, get in the best shape possible. So now that the weather is warming up, and you know that you're going to be out a lot more, what are you doing to stay on track, or how are you planning to stay on track? And if you watched a video of mine before, then you know I like to say, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. So here is a plan that I plan to use and what I am sharing with you on how to stay on track, even when you know you're going to be out in these streets, okay? So if you haven't already, sis, go ahead and subscribe, join the tribe. Make sure you share this out to friends and family because I'm sure this will be helpful to other people. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up because I know there's going to be a lot of helpful content in this video that you're going to love. And then if you haven't already, drop a comment for me below. Let me know if this is your first time here. If you're coming back to visit, say, hey girl, hey. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. So I just want to give you a little disclaimer. I will be looking down from time to time. I do have my notebook because your girl likes to come prepared. And also, it's not going to be in any particular order. I just want to make sure I hit all the points and let's go ahead and get into it. So I would first like to do is, if you know that you're going to be going out, if this is like a planned day, you like, okay, well, I'm going to be meeting friends at this day, at this time, then what I would suggest is just mentally preparing yourself. You know that on Friday at 8, you're going out to have dinner with your girls. Sunday at 10, you're going to brunch, right? So what you want to do is mentally prepare and physically prepare for those things. So if you know that you're going to be going out and you're going to be eating out, I would probably go a little harder in the gym, right? So if I know I'm going out this week or I'm going to be doing something, I'm going to do maybe, a couple extra sets or a couple extra reps just to allot for those extra calories. I'm going to do a little bit more cardio that day or do cardio that day if I wasn't planning to do cardio at all, just to give myself more of a deficit so that I can play with eating a little bit more or just accounting for calories that I don't necessarily have because I'm not eating out every single day, right? So you want to mentally and physically prepare. So you're going to work out a little bit more. You're going to do cardio. You're going to do a few more minutes of cardio if you're already doing cardio that day. Also, you're going to maybe go lighter on the other meals that you have. So if you're going to dinner, then I would go lighter on my lunch and my breakfast so that I have more calories to play with on the time that I'm going to be eating. Another thing, if you have the chance to choose the restaurant, then I would choose a restaurant that gives you more options, more healthier options, a restaurant that allows you to maybe customize your meal a bit more, swap out the cream sauce for a red sauce, go with steamed vegetables versus some other sort of side, something like that. The next thing that I would do is, if you know what restaurant you're going to, then I would look over their menu ahead of time. Look over their menu so that you know exactly what you're going to get. And I wouldn't even pick up the menu when I get to the restaurant. I'd be like, unless I'm looking over drinks, I'd be like, I already know what I'm going to order, so I don't need a menu. Okay, this is going to help you stay focused. The other thing that I would do is prior to going to the restaurant is I'm going to have a snack. I'm going to make sure that I'm drinking my water because oftentimes we confuse hunger pains with dehydration. They feel very much the same. So I'm going to make sure that I'm drinking the water that I am supposed to be drinking that day and even prior to that day. I'm making sure that I'm getting in all of my water so I'm not confusing hunger with dehydration. And then I'm going to have a snack prior to whatever appointed time that my date is. So I'm going to have a salad. I'm going to have some yogurt and fruit. I'm going to have some sort of small, healthy snack prior to going to the restaurant so that I'm not so hungry. I know we tend to usually withhold from eating food so we can save all of our calories or all of our appetite for when we go out, but I don't think that's the best idea because then that leads us to overindulge. Think about it. When you go to the grocery store and you haven't eaten all day, you're going to be buying all the snacks. You're going to be buying stuff that was not on your list because you are just hungry. All of the stuff is just going to be smelling and looking extra good just because you're hungry. So I challenge you to eat before you go to the restaurant and make sure all of your water is good, or the water that you should have had up to that point is good. When you're at the restaurant, what I would have you do is drink a glass of water. You know how they bring you out water, and sometimes you tend to not really drink the water. Drink your water. Drink your water. Drink your water. Drink your water. Because this is going to fill up more of your stomach so that you're not eating too much. You're not overeating. So drink your water. Another tip is going to be, if you don't know the restaurant that you're going to, so you didn't have a chance to overlook the menu or something like that ahead of time, I would just try and stay towards the lighter side of things. Stay away from the pastas and the cream sauces. Stick to the meats and the vegetable. Get some salmon and steamed vegetables. Get like the steak and get a nice big salad. Stay away from the creamy dressings and sauces so that you can still be able to have the experience of dining out and fellowshipping with your friends, but at the same time, you're staying on the lighter side of things and you're still being true to yourself and honoring your own goals and boundaries. Okay. The next thing that I would say is the order in which you eat food is very important. And this is also important for your gut health. So how many of you knew that when you start eating, you should start with your veggies? I did not know this. I just was eating and whatever looked good to me first, you know? So the order in which you eat things are very important. So when you start to eat, instead of them bringing out the bread, have them hold off on the bread until later after your meal is already brought out. So if you have that option on the bread, ask them to hold off on the bread until later in the meal. Start with your salad and then go to your protein. You can still have your bread, but have your bread be last. Think about it. By the time you get around to the bread, if you've drank and you've eaten your salad and the other elements of your dish, you'll be less hungry and won't eat as much bread. So you can still have it, but you won't be filling yourself up on the bread and then not having enough room for the other things that you want to eat. Okay. Another thing is it's okay to push away your plate. You don't have to feel like you have to finish your meal. I know a lot of us come from households where we were told that we need to finish our plate. When you go out to eat, you need to eat everything. They spent money for you to be there. You better eat all of your food. You can't get up from the table unless you've eaten all your food. No. We need to have a different relationship and a better relationship with food. And our body does tell us when it's full. So if you are not hungry, stop eating. It's okay to push away your plate. It's okay to ask for a doggy bag. And if you're with friends or on a date, it's okay to share. Like if the portions are big, it's okay to share and not feel like you have to eat everything. Another thing is what you could do is you can do the sampler. So try and order, and this is what I like to do a lot of times too, is just order appetizers. So that way I can taste the different things that I want to taste, but they're in much smaller portions. So therefore, I'm getting to taste the meals. I'm not over consuming with these larger portions. And I am still feeling satisfied because I got what I wanted to get. And I'm getting to try multiple things. So if they have a sampler menu, definitely try the sampler menu and get you a nice big salad and you're good to go. The next thing I would like to propose is that if this was an impromptu date, you know, you didn't know you were going out, you just happen to be hanging out, somebody suggests going out to get something to eat, and you're like, I'm down. Okay, that's fine. So what I would suggest is a lot of the same things that I previously suggested. Drink your water. Get to the restaurant, drink your water. Have them hold off on the bread until the end. Get a nice big salad. Same thing, appetizers, smaller portions. Try and pick the restaurant. So it's a restaurant that you know is one that provides you with healthier options and something that you already know that you like, that already has your go-to, you know? And as far as drinking, if you must drink when you're out and socializing, try to go for straight liquor. Go for straight liquor versus the mixed drinks, because then you'll be able to consume far less calories than you would if you were drinking cocktails and margaritas and mojitos and all of those types of things. Just go for something straight if you must drink. So these are my tips and tricks. I really don't know how many points I offered you, but this is a quick video to prepare you for being outside, sis. So if you know that you're going to be outside, you know you're going to be eating out more often, definitely take these points into consideration. So those are my hacks and tips on how to stay on goal when you outside in those streets during the spring and summer months. If you enjoyed this video and haven't already, give this video a thumbs up. Drop a comment for me in the box below. If there's anything that I left off my tips, then make sure you comment it in the box below so that we can have a resource that we all can refer back to help us stay on goal and reach our targets. If you haven't already shared this, please go ahead and do so. And if you haven't subscribed by now, sis, what are you waiting for? Go ahead, subscribe, join the tribe over here. It is a whole vibe. All right. And I appreciate you for making it to this point in the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.